Hello, this is Pixie doing my video. Just thoughts about Hilary and Trump. Who may win? The problem we've got is that Trump, he will be criticised. They might say he's an ideal leader, etc. But he has the charisma. He represents the belief structure of the Americans. And he does listen to the people. He doesn't have any kind of hidden agendas or anything. So it's not going to be a case of he wants to take over the world or anything like that. I think he just wants to trade, and it's business-driven enterprises. And it's not about... He doesn't want to create and live in the 1%. I mean, he already is the one, but in the 1% anyway. But he's interested in growing the 1%. It doesn't. The classes below that. He understands that the system requires that you take care of what you consider maybe your family and different classes in society. So it also means sort of covering and protecting the working class, and trying to reverse what we have with the lower classes. So yeah, it's always been said that the lower classes are used to scare the working classes into working. It's just kind of like, if you don't pay your bills, taxes, and follow the system, that you'll end up on the streets, or you'll basically lose some forms of liberty that you've acquired. You'll also probably lose some indoctrination behind people that believe jobs are for life, and the idea of a mortgage and how that works out, and even things like pensions. Is it just an illusion to pay into systems? You're better off finding a way to store the money or invest it in some way and then reap from that investment, then pay into this systems of insurance and so on, which benefit banks, and they're things you'll never acquire or dig into. So it's just like a lost cause. So long term, it's not going to help you whatsoever. Short term, it could do. It could be a situation that if your family's prone to certain illnesses, etc., that you might consider the system important as a preventative tool. Yeah. So there's this system in place, fear-mongering and control. That's you can do plenty of research on it. There's loads of it, to be honest. What people think their human rights are, and getting people to be in a state of panic or fear, so they don't really develop themselves. They don't question the system, and they follow what the government decides is the best course of action, even if it doesn't serve any interest for the people. And they're using the propaganda that's fed into the media, the proper media, which is me dire, and it's a negative connotation. So it's what the elite have a sort of set plan. There was a point, I think, with this some presidential superpower or whatever it was created for Obama, that basically could take control and override Congress. And that's just for some complete civil war or something. If a power like that's been put in place, it's because of something that's planned in the pipeline or the pipework that could come forth that Congress wouldn't agree to anyway. So it's a bit of a concern. what that might be. So it's what you get if, say, Hillary gets into power. Now, Trump's set to win by a fair election, but at the moment it's technocratic warfare. Social media and things getting controlled. The media are constantly piling out opinions, trying to control the narrative. And what that actually means sort of to the rest of us is just this control structure. Maintain the same control structure, follow through with no promises, sell yourself as a brand. Nothing, like I say, nothing particularly will change. If you have Hillary in power, it'll actually probably get a lot worse, because you get people that will hate the system and try to rebel, and they'll be treated as terrorists, which will also bring about more radical powers. And she's fairly much a soulless entity. Behind the face, there's people behind her as well, so you're not just getting the one person, Hillary, you're also getting a mixture of other people that are involved with her. So it's not really scaremongering, it's a case of, do you want the same, do you want change? If you're not better off since the Bushes leading through to Obama, if it's getting worse for you, then you have to look at your own interests. And you can't complain if you vote for somebody and they turn out to be a complete tyrant, and everyone's been told that this is what will happen, because they only have their own interests at heart, and they say whatever they like to appeal for voters. So some form of feminised democracy won't exist, because you don't believe in democracy. It'd be totalitarianism, and it'd just be, like I say, a continuation. Trump may appear quite radical because he hasn't got anybody supporting him behind the scenes. He's not getting teleprompted and so on. He does need guidance and support, but it's a case of just putting the right dream team together for him. He's no different than, say, like a football manager at the moment, except he knows what the job is, he knows what needs to be done, and he knows now to make the deal work. He has experience with negotiation, and he's also been successful in his business. He understands failure, and he understands family. So he'll probably be sold off for something quite negative, as this serves the interest of creating the alternative. So I say, in a fair referendum he'd win, but in an unfair one, which is likely to happen, Hillary will win, and there'll be a lot of booing, and it'll be all to the superdelegates, rigged system, rigged voting, and basically I think that'll be the end of democracy completely in America when it hits that point. So anyway, this is PC signing off.